Hi, it's Dave Mattson. Welcome to the How to Succeed podcast, a podcast designed to get you to the top and to stay at the top. I've asked some of our worldwide trainers who just excel in helping organizations and people scale to talk to their guests about what does it take to succeed. And we're going to focus in three areas which we call the success triangle: attitudes, behaviors, and techniques. So we're going to peel back the onion and really understand how people think, how they act, and how they behave to get to the top of their game to help you get there too. Let's listen in.
This week, we'll be talking to Bernard Berrien on how to succeed on and off the field. So Bernard, thank you so much for being here. Bernard is the entrepreneur breaking barriers. So let me give you a little rundown of who this individual is if you do not know. Most of you know him as former NFL wide receiver, celebrated for his speed, precision, and big playability, a standout at Fresno State, go Dogs. He earned all WAC honors and became one of the program's most electric offensive threats. He was drafted in third round of the 2004 NFL draft by the Chicago Bears, and Berrien had played a pivotal role in the 2006 NFC Championship season, helping lead the team to the Super Bowl in 2007. He's known for his deep prowess, and he later joined Minnesota Vikings, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way, posting a career-best 900-plus receiving yards in 2008 and contributed to the team's 2009 NFC Championship game run. So off the field now, Berrien holds an executive master's degree from George Washington University School of Business, and he's an accomplished entrepreneur involved in a variety of business ventures, including private training, mentorship, and after 15 years, believe it or not, retirement from professional football, Berrien has shifted his competitive drive into helping others achieve their goal and dreams by building a successful financial service brokerage. So first off, welcome.
Hello, Casey. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. So Bernard and I met in college. We both went to Fresno State. I was cheering. He was playing football. And I got to say, what a career. I have been super proud to see you go from college and your success as a professional athlete. So tell me, what was it like going from college ball to NFL?
Oh, it was great. It was one of the greatest experiences I could say of my life. Just being in the collegiate atmosphere, then being going on to the professional atmosphere is what I dreamed of as a kid. It's always what I wanted to do. I always wanted to reach those heights and to be able to achieve those heights. It was just a testament to the people around me and the things that I did to be able to achieve that type of success.
God, that is, speaking of that, so this is a perfect segue into my first question for you. When I was doing some research on this, I know that going into a professional scene as an athlete is it's very rare, and especially in football. So stats that I pulled shows about 1.5% of people, 1.5 to 1.6 of college players actually make it to the NFL, which is insane.
Yeah,
so,
it's not a lot. It's you might have a better chance, a better probability of pulling hair out of a haystack or needle out of a haystack. But the chances are really, really slim to none. It's really, really hard. It's a really cutthroat sport. And like I said, just the work that people are in, the mindset, the attitude that people are going in, the work ethic that they have to bring to be able to not just get there, but maintain and have a long career and longevity. Because that's actually what it's really about. It's not just making it, it's actually having a long career and having some longevity.
Yes. Okay, so that brings me to this. From your perspective, as reaching the level that you have, what type of attitude and mindset does a person need to be able to be that 1.5% of people that actually make it professional? In your opinion?
Well, your attitude, your mindset, that's what's going to actually get you there. I kind of believe like your attitude is kind of like your pregame or your warm up. It's the tone that's going to set up before the actual whistle blows. On the field, athletes who believe they're going to win or play with confidence. They even like to share scoreboards. Scoreboard doesn't look so good. In business, it's the same thing. We walk into a meeting already feeling defeated. You've lost before you even take the field. Winners know the game. The first win in the mind, believing the comeback is possible. Setting challenges is opportunities and keeping composure when the things get tough. Just like captains lift the team in the huddle, your attitude lifts your entire sales team or company. The right mindset doesn't just prepare you to win. It inspires everyone around you to play the best. And that's the goal. You really want everybody around you playing at their best and getting the best of their abilities.
Oh, well said. Well said. Is there anything you did specifically, like before a game, that got you in the right mindset? I mean, because of course life happens, right? But anything that specific that you did that got you
It's
game ready?
probably music and just keeping the same routine, doing the same things over and over, getting the same routine, how I prepare, how I get my body ready, how I get my mind ready, sitting in the corners, getting the uniform laid out the way, you know how it was during the first day of school when you're a little kid, you got your outfit laid out the night before. It's the same thing getting ready for a game. Our uniforms laid out, I want to wear, I want to look fly or style it that day for the game, what color coordination I'm trying to go through, just making sure I'm getting everything right so that when it's time to go and that whistle blows, I don't have anything to think about, and it's just time to cut it loose and go.
Yeah, that reminds me of Deion Sanders, right? He says, look good, play good, they pay good, life's good, right? You have to feel that way when you're coming on. Same with being an entrepreneur, right? So that brings me into, I guess, my second going on third question. This was interesting when I was doing some research on this, and I found that 70, and it could give and take a little bit, but I want to get your take on this. They say roughly 78% of athletes struggle financially after their third year of retirement. Why do you think that is?
It's because I've been an athlete for so many years of my life, pretty much more of my life than not. So that's kind of all kind of been attuned to, or I've been adjusted to. So once that part of my life has been taken away and I haven't done anything leading up to that point to transition into life after sports, that's when everything comes crashing down. It's that preparation moment, that transition period where people aren't doing anything in there to transition into, because nobody thinks my career is going to end. It's always my career is going to be 20, 30, 40 plus years. I'm not going to get cut. I'm going to end up retiring. I'm going to collect a pension, and it's going to be on my own terms. It's not that way, especially in the NFL. It's definitely not that way. So it's getting prepared for that, because you don't want to kind of put that in my mind. I don't want to think that, well, retirement's around the corner. It's just around, because you start to think of that. You kind of start to put that out in the universe, and
that's the mindset, right? Yeah.
Kind of working out in favor of that. So you got to kind of be careful with the way you think and the way you emit that energy out into the world. But I think just knowing and preparing is not also a bad thing as well too, because that's what I did in my career. The last 2 years of my career, I went and got my master's degree and just prepared for, all right, it looks like it's going to be coming down to an end. So I want to make sure I'm prepared for this. And then once I do get in that situation, either I do have to work and go to work or do whatever it is I need to do to make some money, or I can sit back and relax and do whatever I need to do. But it's going to be on my own terms.
Well, I love that you said that. It's going to be on my own terms, right? Because most people are thinking I'm going to play for a long time. They're not thinking an injury is going to happen to me and I'm just going to, coast this as long as I can. But so with retirement, do you feel like, what did you learn by playing professionally at such a high level that helped you become successful off the field? So I know that you went and got your master's, phenomenal. What else did you do? Like, what were you doing leading up? I mean, you mentioned it was a mindset. I need to know that I'm going to do this on my own terms. It is going to end one day. How do you feel like, because we've been friends for a long time and I've seen your career and it's been so awesome to see, because you never want to see that person go, they just had like that, they stopped and then they don't really have anything to fall back on. And you've had a really awesome transition and you kind of just kept it going. So what do you think that you've learned on the field that really helped you be successful off the field?
Well, just behavior. Like I said, behavior before I start off with attitude, mindset. Those things are always going to help you transition into off the field success. But just being on a team, period, I think is great for people and great for business transition and being part of the business world or corporate world. You're in corporate world, you're in a team atmosphere. You got people that are going to be above you, you got people that are going to be below you. You all have to work cohesively together to achieve the same type of goal. It's the same thing on the sports team, exact same thing. So all the same characteristics that are needed to be successful on a team sports team are going to be the same characteristics that you're going to need. And they translate very, very easily. I like to say they translate a little bit better because you're already competitive, and bringing a competitive nature into the corporate world, it's a totally different beast and a totally different animal. And people kind of get shocked because they don't realize, especially being an athlete and being professional at being an athlete, they don't realize that the commitment that it takes. And when you take that type of commitment, because it's almost insane, it's crazy a little bit,
Yeah.
and you take that obsession and put that and implant that in the corporate world or business world, you're levels above people because you already have that competitive nature.
So we did not play. I didn't give you the questions ahead of time. I didn't tell you what I was going to say. I just told you, hey, I'm going to ask you some questions. And you go, I like that, Casey. And I said, okay, great. We're just going to kind of wing this. But you already touched on exactly where I'm going next.
Sales professionals, you don't need more theory. You need transformation that drives performance. At Sandler, we go beyond the book. Our psychology-based selling system, backed by behavioral science and 50-plus years of proven success, gives your team data-driven tools and a reinforcement strategy that ensures lasting change. See it firsthand. Crash a class today. Visit sandler.com/podcast. That's sandler.com/podcast. Sandler. Built for sales professionals who demand results.
So with sales, right, and as business owners, I personally have always looked for, did they play a sport? Do they have, and I look for things like that. And so again, when I was doing some research and I'm looking at, where can I kind of take this with you? And I thought, I came across a stat. So it's called the Diet Group infographic, and they say that 95% of Fortune 500 CEOs played sports in college. So including Walter Robb, which was the former CEO of Whole Foods. There was another the CEO of Pepsi Cola that was he played cricket in college. So I thought that was so interesting. So my question to you is, what key behaviors and traits do professional athletes possess that make them excellent entrepreneurs and business professionals?
So it's going to be about what you're doing when the crowd isn't watching.
Tell me more about that.
Great players, they don't just show up on Saturday. We don't just show up on game day. We're in there. We don't get paid for game day. You don't get paid for game day. You get paid for Monday through Saturday. What's the work you're putting in during that leading up to the game day? Are you staying late? Are you grinding during practice? Are you in the gym? Are you in the study field? Are you doing the things that's necessary to make you go out there and perform to the best of your ability? In sales and leadership, same thing, the equivalent of that. Are you making those extra calls? Are you following up with people? Are you sticking to the playbook day after day after day? Anyone can show up for game day. Winners are there when it works is boring, when it's repetitive, when it's unglamorous, when it's monotonous, when you don't feel like doing it. Those days, those reps or practice drills, they're going to compound into performance. It's just, I always try to tell people success isn't built on one highlight or one reel of a moment. It's always going to be built on the grind, the discipline, and the habits that you make. Winning, obviously, inevitable.
I love that. What are you doing when you're not being filmed, right? When you're not actually on the field? I need you. I'm going to have to play this for every client I have, because I'm constantly referring to sports in my trainings. And when I'm training sales, I'm like, you guys, professional athletes, they don't just show up to the game. Right? You're practicing, and you're taking that extra shot. You're doing all those, getting your mind right, your body physically right. So you just reiterated I'm happy, a little pat on the back. I feel like I'm training well in that sense, because
your mindset is in the right state. Let's say that.
Yeah, yes, right. Because if you're waiting for that big opportunity to close that deal, and you're not practicing whether what we call upfront contracts, mutual agreements, making sure that at the end of the sale, you're getting either a yes or a no and not a think it over, like who wants to think it over and have to chase a prospect or a client or potential client. You don't want to have to do that, right? So what are you doing to prepare for those opportunities? See, that's just why I love athletes. All right. Okay.
All I need is
Yes. Okay. So what advice would you give a young athlete who wants to take their career to the next level, but may not have the talent to do so?
it's just going to be the work. It's not always necessarily predicated on talent, because I've seen talented people that don't make it at all. So it's just going to be, if you're consistent with the work, you're consistent with the way you prepare, you're consistent in how you treat your body, because that's a big case too. Even in the corporate world, business world, a lot of people don't take care of their body. And that's I feel like that's kind of number one. Make sure you take care of your body, get in the gym, go work out, whatever it is you need to do. Because feeling good about yourself, that kind of emits an aura about you, and people are attracted to that. So just the confidence, and you're going to gain confidence through the work that you do. So just keep practicing, stay on top of your craft. It's going to be the day-to-day work. Find somebody in that field, in that area that's better than you. Mimic them, or the best in that field or that area, or whatever it is you want to do. Mimic them. Don't be afraid to copy what they do, because eventually you're going to become that.
Yes. Would you agree with that's very well said. Would you agree with the statement that if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room?
I totally agree with it, because now you're in a position where you're almost in a room full of yes people now, because you're the smartest. Everybody's looking towards you. So if everybody's looking towards you all the time, you're not being really, you're sharpening a little bit, but you're not being sharpened to your fullest potential. You got to get in another room to where people are making you and you're questioning things now. You don't ever want to question your confidence or your ability, but you're getting things from a different perspective, different point of view. Paradigm shifts start to change. Now new doorways are opening, new passages are opening. You're seeing things a little bit differently, but you're receiving the knowledge.
Yes, receiving the knowledge, right? And that's what good players do. They're able to accept that constructive criticism to get better. If I know everything, clearly, how am I going to grow and learn from that? Curious, is there anyone that stands out to in your, whether it was business-wise, professional-wise, in sports or not in sports, that you really has been a mentor to you and that you just have really learned a lot from? Anyone stand out?
Well, growing up, I was always a Michael Jordan fan. Athletically,
me too.
It's hard to top him. Athletically, I wanted to be him, so I did everything I could to try to mimic Michael Jordan. Whatever it was we were playing, I wanted to win. I wanted to be the best. I wanted
to be like Mike.
I wanted to be like that. Song is forever engraved in my head. But I want to say in the business world, I almost say I want Michael Jordan too as well. He's translated and done very well, and took things and didn't really do it the typical way. He was kind of smart. He said no to a lot of people. That's one of the things I've kind of practiced a lot is saying, being able and being strong enough and having the courage to be able to say no and be unapologetic about it. He's planned out his business acumen, I think, very, very well. His path has been very, very well. He hasn't done too many things to where it's really hurt him or put him in a bad or a negative light. And if he has, he's done it very, very well covering up and making it look like nothing ever happened. So that's one of the things I kind of like to implement into my routine in daily life.
Very good. Very good. What would people, or let me rephrase that. What is something that people may not know about Bernard Berrien?
Ooh, let's see. Yeah, because social media is kind of taken away from that now.
I know.
Now we all put everything out there. Let's see. I dance. I know people kind of know that now. I love the land dancing. I was a drummer growing up. I did. I don't know. People might not know this. I was in the band. Not only in the band.
Did not know that.
I was actually the drum major. I led the band for a year. Yeah. I did that.
Okay.
So that might be my one.
So do you still play the drums?
I do still play the drums. I mess around, I'll dabble around a little bit. I've actually gone out in Fresno. I want to say, while I was playing, actually, I went to, what was the club? It was that they had a live band there, and I told people, I was like, yeah, I play the drums. It was like, you're bullshitting. It's like, no, I play the drums. And they were like, go get up on the stage and play. And I was like, all right. And I asked the lead band who said, you guys mind if I go play? I was like, I play a little bit. They're like, you know our songs? I'm like, no, I don't know your songs. I'll just make a beat and we'll just jam together or whatever. So I got on Saturday and I started jamming with them. It was funny. It's a good time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, yeah. I did not know that. Did not know that. I don't think I would have ever known that. I do know that you like to dance. I do know that because we follow each other on social media. Last question. What do you do? Because I know, especially as I know that you like to work out. I know that you keep in good physical shape. What do you do for your mind to constantly grow that muscle? Like what do you do for your personal and professional development?
Definitely speak to people that are, like you said, smarter and more intelligent than me. I try to be around in rooms, definitely with people that are smaller and more intelligent than me, that have a higher business acumen than me. But I like to read. I got a book right here now, The Way of the Superior Man. It's
Okay.
it's different things out there studying. I like documentaries a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of time on my hand. I put myself in a position. I love time. I love freedom. That's what I'm all about. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and I don't have to answer anybody about it. So I got a lot of time on my hands. I garden a lot. I have my own garden. I grow food too as well. That might be another thing people don't know.
Yeah,
But,
no, didn't know that.
that kind of helps with stress relief. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that are stressful in the world, and that helps go and release that out there. And like I said, it's just doing different things and putting my hands in different things to make sure that I'm staying sharp.
Very good. Very good. Well, with that, we'll end with I don't know where I heard this quote from, but I'm sure you've heard it as well, is you can always make more money, but you can never get back time.
Oof, that's me. That's a tattoo coming.
Yeah, that gets you, right? I mean, I have that. I have a dream board back here, and I have it on there because I just, especially as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, you want your business to be successful, and you're constantly working and working and working, and then you take a step back and you go, what am I doing it for?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't want to wake up and my son be in his 20s and off, not wanting to hang out with me anymore, and what am I doing? So I think setting yourself up, you had a lot of really good key takeaways. So I really appreciate you being on here. If you guys want to reach out to Bernard for any reason, you can reach him on Instagram, Bernard Berrien, at Bernard Berrien. And thank you so much, Bernard, for being on here. You did me a huge favor. I think this was an amazing opportunity to get to hear from somebody with that mental mindset that you have, a mindset of a winner. And again, I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And we will see you guys next time on the How to Succeed podcast.
The How to Succeed podcast is copyrighted by Sandler Systems, LLC, and protected by U.S. copyright laws. For more information on Sandler services, please consult with your local Sandler trainer or visit www.sandler.com.